Hello, my name is Mafemi King and I'm here to talk about my research project, improving the confidence of recent mental health first aid trainees through serious games. 1 in 5 people watching this video will experience a mental illness in their lifetime. However, due to help-seeking barriers such as stigma or cost, they may take up to 10 years before seeking help. To help overcome this, Mental Health First Aid Australia developed the Mental Health First Aid course, which teaches everyday people to recognise and help someone experiencing a mental illness or in mental health crisis. Mental health first aid is a critical 21st century skill and thus an ideal candidate for serious games development. Serious games are video games that focus on a serious objective, for example, behaviour change or knowledge gain, but here we want to focus on building confidence. Now, building confidence is something less explored in serious games, but is a critical component of mental health first aid training. In the Mental Health First Aid course, confidence is a measure of a trainee's willingness to approach someone experiencing a mental illness and to help them. Currently, I'm developing a serious game that uses both the principles and coursework of mental health first aid as a guide. As well as this, I will be using other tactics in development, which I'll now discuss. The first one that you see here is placing the player in the first person perspective, which helps them connect to their character. This is important, as the player is more likely to take on the ideals and beliefs of a character if they're connected to them in the story world. Another focus has been on building confidence in communication of the player. However, this has meant that we have to limit the player's choices, which removes some of that connection I just talked about. To overcome this, we can provide the player with choices about their character, which you can see here, where the player can decide what type of relationship the character is currently in. Finally, it's important to provide positive representation of mental illness in video games. And to do this, I've drawn on indie games that explore deep and emotional stories about mental illness, grief, and trauma. For example, Actual Sunlight and That Dragon Cancer. In the end, the focus of this research is to improve the lives of those with mental illness indirectly by providing the community with confident and well-educated mental health first aiders that are ready to provide help. The hope is that by providing these mental health first aiders to the community, we can improve the current state of mental illness in Australia.